are new here, my name is Shatoka, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. So today I actually just wanted to do a brief intro to this video. This is actually part 2. I did do an intro in the other video because I just jumped right in to me doing my process of making my top and my shorts. So in this video we're gonna show me doing my jacket and my chaps, and I just wanted to go ahead and introduce myself and introduce you to this video. So I ended up breaking up the video into 2 parts because I had over an hour of footage. I actually ended up cutting quite a bit of like sewing clips because most of my audience are very familiar with sewing, putting things together, but I just wanted to show the process and what patterns I was using and me kind of hacking things. So I kind of cut those things. Otherwise, you guys, it would have been 2 hours. So yeah, this is part 2, me making my jacket and my chaps, and then I'm going to come on at the end and explain some of the styling things that I did and how everything went at the concert. So I'll meet you guys at the end. Let's rewind back to the jacket and the chaps. Okay, y'all, so I just sewed the front and back together. I didn't end up cutting out the sleeve because although I like how it looks online, I actually don't mind that you can see through it, through to the white. It actually looks nice. I like it, but y'all, it's kind of itchy. So I think I'm gonna have to line it because I really kind of don't like how it feels on my back and shoulders. And I'm wondering if I'll have an issue with the sleeve because I didn't line the other sleeve. But yeah, it's kind of itchy. So I think I'm gonna have to pause tonight and get a lining fabric to line it because I don't really like how it feels. And I'm hoping maybe it's just up here and it won't be that way with the chaps. Granted, the chaps really are only gonna be kind of touching a little bit of my thigh, and they're boot cut, so they won't be up against my legs that much. So hopefully that won't be an issue because I don't plan on lining no pants. I mean, the chaps. So we're gonna see. But yeah, I actually like it like this. But you know, on the pattern envelope it shows open, collar like that. And so either way is actually really cute. I really wish it wasn't itchy because I would just keep proceeding like this. So I don't know, we're gonna see. And I actually need to figure out how I'm gonna press it because it does have some wrinkles in it, and you guys can see I did just cut straight across. I didn't do that diamond in the back. I think I'll probably just end up pressing it with a pressing cloth to get some of the wrinkles out that are there. But yeah, so we're just gonna put this on hold till tomorrow. So I'll go to the fabric store. I'm just gonna take a swatch with me and get something hopefully really close so that it won't feel like this. Hey y'all, it is almost 9:30 p.m., which is my bedtime. But I had wanted to get something done today. I just came in the sewing room about 30 minutes ago, but what I did, I actually ended up just looking in my stash and found this brown cotton. So I actually was going to self-line the jacket, but I tried it on inside out and it still felt itchy like the inside. So I have this brown cotton, and basically, like I said, this is an unlined jacket. All I did was just cut out the pattern pieces again in this cotton. So now I wanted to just show you guys that I have everything clipped. So basically I'm sewing right sides together, and my collar is actually sandwiched in between. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going to sew all around the whole side, the top, and then come back to the bottom, and I'm going to leave a little opening so that I can turn it inside out. Well, right side out. I am not going to line the sleeve right now. I think I should be okay. So I'm just lining this portion, and then I'm going to turn it out, give it a press, and I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. I did not cut out my sleeve yet, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. I don't have really good light in my sewing room at night, So I just figure I'll just go ahead and do this step and then turn it out, press it, and then I'll continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I do have to work, so I'll have to finish this after work tomorrow. And then I'm actually off for the rest of the week, all the way through Sunday. But like I said, I don't want to be sewing up until the last minute. So I think for sure I'll be done with the jacket tomorrow, and then we'll do the chaps on Thursday, and then I'll be done. That's it. All right, so I'm turning, well, I turned it inside out, well, right side out, and now I'm just gonna take my point turner and go in and poke those corners. Ooh, I need to be careful because it is perforated, so I just stuck the point turner like through. Okay. And after that, I'm going to give it a good press. And so I pressed the main fabric with this cotton fabric on top of it, like use it as a pressing cloth, because I didn't want to melt this fabric, because it is kind of like a faux suede. So I'll probably just press from the inside. And then, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm going to do top stitching. Obviously, it doesn't call for that because it's not a lined jacket, but I'm lining mine. So here's the collar enclosed now. Like I said, since I had it sandwiched in between the lining and the main. And so now I'm going to, actually, I'm not going to pin this yet. So this is my opening that I turned it out. And I think yeah, I did poke it through here. And I did that too. So I'm just gonna kind of like finger press just to get the lining inside. I guess I could have understitched, but I didn't. Let me give it a press now from the inside, and then I'll close the bottom, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna do top stitching or not. I probably will, but I gotta see. Actually, I want to see. I'll have to get a different thread, because the thread I'm using now is more brown. It matches the lining. If I top stitch, I would want it to be more of this like camel color. So I'll probably have to go ahead and get some thread, because I'm looking over at my thread right now and I don't think I have anything that matches that. So yeah, I'm about to press this and then close up the bottom, and that'll be it for tonight. And then I'll pick up tomorrow. Okay, so right now I just pressed it and I didn't close up the back, because like I said, if I want to top stitch it, I want it to be with the fabric that, well, not fabric, with a thread that's closer to the outer fabric. However, I just tried it on and it's, I don't know, it's cropped like it was, but it seems like a little bit more cropped, but I'm fine. Once I add the sleeve, I think I'll feel better about it. Right now, what I'm not in love with is the lining. If I wear it where it's open, I don't like that the lining is different and it's gonna show. So like, I don't know, once the sleeve is on, I'll see how I feel, but I'll probably try to have it like wear it where it's like closed like that, because I don't like that. But again, like I said, you guys, it was itchy, so I did not want to self-line it, but I lose that effect of being able to have the lapels out with the same fabric. I mean, I guess I could have tried to split the pattern to make it where the lining kind of started from maybe like midway and did like a piece here, so that I could just at least have it for this front portion to be with the fabric, because it probably wouldn't bother me as much to have a little bit right there. But I don't know, I didn't think about that. But yeah, we're gonna finish her tomorrow, like I said. But I love this fabric actually a lot. It's really growing on me even more, so I'm excited to finish it. As you can probably hear from my voice, I'm tired. It's 10 o'clock, it's past my bedtime, but I wanted to at least get that step done. So tomorrow will probably only be like an hour that I have to work on it, getting the sleeves on and top stitching, and then we'll move on to the chaps. Hey y'all, so I'm back in the sewing room. Stormy, she's right here making noise. I'm back in the sewing room and I picked up this thread to do my top stitching. I picked it up from Michael's after work, but I did just get back in. So it's the evening. What time is it? It's 8:41, but I don't have to work tomorrow. So we're finishing this jacket today. And then I'm moving on to my chaps, but I'm just going to do my top stitching. So again, I have to close up the back and then do the top stitching, I think just around the front. I'm also going to top stitch, sew together the 2 layers at the sleeve before I'll probably just baste it before I end up adding the sleeve to it. But the sleeve is just a simple like wide sleeve. I do think that I'll have to do a little bit of gathering probably to get the sleeve in, but it's super simple. So I only got 2 steps left of the jacket. Then I'm gonna put her on so you guys can see, and then I'm gonna wait to sew up the chaps tomorrow. I'm gonna at least cut them out, but I want to do that in the daylight. So yeah, let me go ahead and do it now that I have my thread. So you guys, I actually just hemmed the sleeve and I hadn't switched out the thread yet to the one that I just bought, and I still have the brown and it don't look bad. So I don't even think I'm gonna switch the thread like I thought I was. That's fine. I think I can top stitch with that just fine. And then on the inside it won't look bad being that the inside is brown. So yeah, I'm just gonna top stitch with the brown that I already have. I'm done, y'all. I said I was gonna try it on, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow because it's not doing it any justice with what I have on and the lighting. But we'll put her on in the morning. But I wanted to show you guys that I'm done. So I did end up doing the top stitching, and so I didn't change out that thread, and it looks fine. And the brown isn't like the brown blends in. So I think that was a good idea to actually just keep it brown. And yeah, so again, I don't know if I'm gonna wear it to where the lapels are out or not. We'll see. But yep, I'm done. So I'll see you guys in the morning and I'll try her on for you all. I'll just put something like simple underneath instead of like colorful pajamas. So here we go. Everything is done. Hemmed, top stitched. Love how it turned out. So glad that I decided to go ahead and make a jacket. Still not sure if I'm gonna end up like wearing it, like I said, like this, or if I'm gonna actually like have the brown showing. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Today is a Thursday. I know I said in the beginning of like me starting my process that I was gonna finish over the weekend, but I've been busy and I'm like, you know what, you have time. You have the majority of the outfit figured out. So, you know, I kind of been taking my time. But today's Thursday. Today's actually her first show. Like I told you guys, I'm going Sunday. So I still have some more time. I think I might end up still making the vest just in case, because I don't know. You just never know. Like I might end up liking that better. Who knows? I have enough fabric. So I'm gonna do my chaps next. I was thinking about adding fringe to my jacket, but I don't think it needs it. Plus I want to wear this again like with other things, but with the chaps, I'm not gonna be wearing chaps nowhere. So we adding fringe to the chaps. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them out. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to put my boots on and then hold the pattern piece up to me to see how much I'm gonna have to extend them to make them longer, like long enough for me. and to add like the few extra inches that I'm gonna want to add to have the loops to where I put like the belt through the chaps. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Hey y'all, so I brought y'all in the living room so that I can step back and you can see this next step. So I am about to cut out my chaps. Again, I'm using Simplicity 8701, which is a boot cut style jean pattern. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna step back and show you guys how I'm gonna do that. So actually, I'm gonna move the camera back. And what I've decided to do, because I was like, it's gonna be hard for me to actually like measure from the bottom. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the pattern piece so that it goes all the way to the floor, because I'm not gonna have to worry about, actually, let me move the camera down some more. I'm not gonna have to worry about the crotch not lining up to my seat, because I'm gonna be cutting some of that out anyway, since it's chaps. So I'm just gonna take the pattern piece all the way down to the floor. I have my boots on, and then I'm gonna measure up from there, how many inches I'm gonna have to extend up to it for it to be at my waist. So it's on the floor because I don't want my pants to be dragging, but I do want them to be like on the floor. I only want like the front of my boot to be out. So let me measure up, and I'm gonna have my chaps come like high-waisted to be like high like my shorts are. So let's see. Is it on the ground? It's on the ground. I'm gonna say that's actually, I'm gonna have to come closer to see because I can't really see. I have my finger where it was. So about 5 extra inches. However, I'm gonna have to end up adding maybe 4 more inches to that so that I can fold down for the loop. So total, I'll probably extend up 9 inches on the sides, and then like what I'm gonna end up doing is basically finishing off the inseam of the pants and the outside so that I can then just turn down the top to be able to fit a belt through. And then of course I'm gonna make a belt that's just gonna be like a tie. I was gonna do a button, but I'm just gonna make a belt that's a tie, and it's just gonna go through the loops of the chaps. So I'll just have those 2 loops on the side, and I'm thinking right now I'm gonna have it tied at the back, but I could tie it on the side maybe too. Wearing the jacket you wouldn't really see, but I have to have something to be able to tie the chaps to keep them up on my thighs. And then, so this is how I think I'm going to do my fringe, and I think it should work out fine this way and not be as like complicated as far as like having to worry about the fringe getting into the inseam. I'm going to sandwich my fabric in between the side seams, but I'm not going to have it cut into fringe yet. So I'm thinking I want my fringe to be about like 8 or 9 inches. So I'm just going to end up measuring from the side, and actually I'm gonna have to like measure once the loop is put in how much I'm gonna have the loop be, because I want the fringe to start right underneath the loop, and then measure to the ground of the pants because I want the fringe to go down the entire length of the pants, and then measure out 9 inches. But I'm just gonna end up sandwiching in that strip of fabric inside where it's sandwiched together. Then once I turn it inside out, then I'll like slice the fringe accordingly. I just figured it won't be as messy that way, because you risk like maybe the fringe moving around inside the pant leg, so I don't want to do that. So I figured that would be like the easiest way to do it, since I'm making my own fringe. It would be like just easy to just get fringe that's already fringe and stick it into the seam, but I want the fringe to be exactly the same as the chaps. So let me get to cutting. Hey y'all, so let me take off my headphones. I'm listening to music while I'm sewing. So I cut out the front pieces, and after all, I'm actually going to, I don't think I'm gonna do the loop first. I think I need to sew the front and back together first, then determine how much I wanna cut out of the front and back of the like middle section, and then I'll put the loop. I do know though that I want to have my overturning of the fabric to be 2 inches so that a belt that's like 1.5 can fit. So I do know that. So I still would be able to like mark on the pants where I want the fringe to go in. But so far so good. I just feel like I need to close it up first because I might, if I go ahead and like finish it, I might end up wanting to cut away some. So I'm just gonna save myself that step. But the front, like I said, is cut out. Obviously, because this is a pants pattern, like everything is like covered. So I would rather just put the front and back together, make sure it's a good fit, like with in my thigh and everything, and then like mark. What I'll probably end up doing, y'all, is like taking a marker and like just writing, like drawing on there. I'll have to put my shorts on though, so I can see like how much I want to cut away in the middle. But first thing first, I'm like, let me just get the front and back together. I'm gonna step back so you guys can see. But I think it's gonna be nice. Like, I'm getting excited now. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and tell you guys that step. So since I ended up folding, I just basically folded my fabric as wide as I needed for the pattern piece. I actually do have on the edge enough fabric to be able to do that extra inches for the fringe. So now I'm thinking, like I said, like 9, I don't know, should I just do 12 inches? So like, let's see, how much is this measuring the little like remnant piece that's on the side? Okay, I have like a full like 18 inches, so I might end up just doing 12 inches and it'll just hang a little bit longer. So yeah, since I already have like this on the side cut, because I only need 1 layer, and then yeah, so I'll sandwich that. So now I'm about to cut my back pieces. I also ended up adding 10 inches to the top. I was just like, let's just round it, make it even, and take it up to 10. So I added 10 inches to the top of the pants, and now I'm gonna cut the back out at the 10 inches and then cut out my fringe, sandwich it, sew them. So the next time you guys see me, I'll have them on. Probably won't have the fringe cut yet, but at least like the fabric will be out on the sides, but just to show you how I'm gonna like carve out the middle section of the chaps. Okay, I know I said the next time you'd see me, I would have these on. However, I was like, someone might want to see what I was referring to when I explained it. So here are the 2 fronts of the pants that are going to be chaps. And so here is what's going to be my fringe piece. So I'm going to sandwich it in between the front and the back. And I did make a mark on the back. It's basically 5 inches down, and that's where the fringe is going to start. So I have it like right sides together with this because when it's flipped out, I want the right side to be in the front of me. So in the back, it's going to be showing this right here. So I just put a couple clips just to get it started. But now I'm about to take my back pattern piece and clip all the way down. So the front and back is right sides together as well. And so now I'm just going to clip all the way down. And so after I'm done with that seam, then once everything's turned out, the fringe will be out with the front right side showing the fringe, and then in the back it'll show like this back side. So I just want to show how I'm gonna sandwich that, clip that down the side, and then I'm also gonna stitch down the inner leg as well. So right now it looks kind of wild. I literally like jimmy rigged this belt just to be able to hold them up, because I didn't want to do like the finishing, like I said before, of the top until I knew how I would carve them out. So this is what the fringe is going to be. So once it's all like, you know, cut, then it'll look nice and cute. But I ended up cutting, I don't know, I probably could have went down a size, but I just wanted to be sure. But again, I have on my little shorts. They're short shorts. So I think what I'm going to do is just take my chalk and do like an outline of the front. And then in the back, I don't know, like in the back, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like conflicted on how much I want to have out the back. I do want my shorts to show. So yeah, I gotta figure this out. Change of plans. What I decided to do is, because I want it to be the same on both sides, I don't want to just wing it and like chalk it. So what I'm gonna do is basically, and what's really good about this fabric, since it's perforated, I can see my shorts. You can't probably see it on this clip, but I can see my shorts. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure how many inches I want to come across to cut, and then I'll just do a curve from there. So at least on both sides it'll be an equal amount. I don't want it to be off in any kind of way. So I'm gonna measure from the side seam and I think I want, so here's, you can see my shorts under there. I want at least this much open, so it's basically only gonna be like on the sides. So should I do it from the middle or the side? I'm gonna do it from the side. So let's do so I'm gonna actually come closer so I can see it on the camera. So I'm thinking I want here to start doing like the curve around, and I'm gonna use the same piece. I'm just gonna have it go right into that inseam. So let's see, what is that? I'll start it where the fringe starts. So I'm gonna come over 5. I think 5 will be good. Let me look in the mirror. Yeah, I'm gonna come over 5 because right now that's looking like it's not enough, but again, I'm gonna have to like hem it. So right now I'm just gonna say 5. And in the back, I think to start, we'll do 5 as well. I might actually have to go out a little bit more with the back. Obviously my bum is back there. So yeah, so right now what I'm gonna do is put this on my cutting mat, measure over 5. I'm gonna probably like do a couple pins just to give me a guideline, and then I'm just gonna curve right into the inseam. So then it's the same on both sides. I don't want it to look kind of off, like I'm like that would end up bothering me. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then once I do that I can hem it, and then I can put a belt on, because me just trying to do it like this, it's like it's not going to work. So yeah, I'm so happy with how things are coming along. I'm so glad that I found this fabric after all. Like, it's a pivot from what I originally was going to wear, but I'm loving it. So I'm gonna take my tape measure, and 5 is here. And I'm just gonna cut through both layers at the same time. And so what I think I'm gonna end up doing, just to make sure each pants leg is going to be the same, once I cut out this, I'm gonna use that cut out piece to then set on the second side and cut that out too. So again, like I said, I'm being a little bit conservative with the 5, and I'm just gonna take it to all the way down. Actually, let me go over 5 from here too, just to have like a midway point. And then after that, I'll just start kind of curving my rotary cutter to an angle to get to the cross seam, because I don't want to disrupt this at all. I want that to be completely the same. I don't have to get rid of, like, restitch the top or anything. So let me grab my rotary cutter. So I'm just gonna take it and straight into here. My razor's kind of getting dull. And there we go. So actually, you know what? Let me make sure, let me actually pin this together real quick. And then, like I said, I'm going to use this as now the pattern piece for the other side. OMG! OMG, look it. It started to look like a chap. And so I'm just going to basically hem along here. And then at the top, like I said, I'm just going to fold it down so my loop can go through. So I have enough clearance, like I said, for where my fringe is going to end up starting. Stormy wants to say hey. So let me cut out the second one. So I have that cut out. I'm just going to follow along this cut to get that same cut on this side. I made sure everything was like flat at the top and the bottom. Alrighty. Alrighty, here's the other side. I do feel like I need to try them on one more time. Just to be sure. So yeah, I didn't feel like putting the little shorts back on. I still am super covered. Like, I wanted a look dye to come out, so I ended up just like pulling out a belt out the closet just to be able to hold them up, because y'all, this is becoming very difficult being at home alone. Like, I'm an empty nester. I don't have anybody to help me like hold this up while I try to do this. No. And they keep falling down because it's not like they're a fitted pant, and so they don't stay up. So if I don't have anything up here keeping it up, they're gonna fall down. So I think I need to take a few more inches off. Like, I'm gonna take a 1.5 inch off going out this way, and then I'm gonna take like 4 inches off down here because I want at least 3-4 inches of thigh or whatever. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna hem. I'm not trying them on again until like I'm done actually with them. I'll probably try them on again though before I do the fringe, just to show you guys that. But then after that, I think that's gonna be it. I think I'm just gonna reveal the outfit afterwards with the fringe and everything, but everything's gonna be in the video. So, but yeah, it's becoming a lot. But it's gonna be so nice. I already know. All right, y'all, made the loops, put the belt on. I have it where I want it to sit, but I'm gonna show you what ended up happening once I cut out some more to show more thigh, and then a solution that I'm gonna do for that. So I'm gonna bring the camera down. So now that I have taken them down some more, it's more loose. So what I'm gonna have to do is actually take some of it in at the thigh area. I'm gonna bring it down some more. Also, you see how it's already like super high on me? It's still like kind of long, and I need to raise that up. So what I'm gonna do, if you guys can see, my fringe, what's gonna be my fringe is going to start here. I'm going to end up like pretty much kind of making a pleat and bringing this side up. So you see the difference? That helps with how it fits on the leg as well. So I'm gonna do that to both sides, and I'm just going to make sure I don't go over that mark. So once I bring it up, it'll be like this, and then of course you guys know it'll be like fringe on the side. I think I'm going to end up cutting the fringe 1/2 inch down the sides, and then I still think I'm gonna take it in maybe 1/2 inch in the inside, just so it's not like loose on my leg at the bottom, because obviously these are like a wider leg, and then once I cut everything out, it kind of made things even wider. So I'm gonna make those 2 adjustments, and then I'll be good to go. But I like this amount of like thigh. Like I said, I want it like at least like a few inches, but you see like when I drop it down, it's like too low, and it's not fitted anymore. So I'm just gonna hike it up so you guys can see. And then I'm not sure if I want to have this tied in the front like that. I might have it tied at the back, or I might end up just making the belt that's longer so it can kind of hang more, because I don't like kind of how it's sticking out like that. But yeah, this will be it. Like I said, the next time you see me, it'll be actually like styled with everything. So yeah, you guys, I absolutely love how everything turned out, and without further ado, I'll have me in the full outfit right here. So I actually ended up the day before, I'm going to be showing you guys the day before, did like a dress rehearsal, because I was like, let me make sure that everything's going to be a go. I did end up having to cut some of the fringe down at the lower leg because it was dragging on the ground. So I did end up cutting, and I didn't show that part. I did end up like slicing 1/2-inch strips for my fringe, and you guys, I ended up gridding like that and like marking it on the back of the fabric and slicing it one by one. It took some time, but I love how it turned out. I didn't want to kind of just freestyle it. I wanted all my fringe to be universally the same, so I did that. But after trying it on, like I said, I had to chop down some so it wouldn't be on the floor. And another thing that I ended up doing, you guys will see, I have on a gold chain belt. So I was going to initially just make a tie belt, and then I pivoted and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go find a white belt because I didn't want to have the brown going across the white of my shirt. So I actually just went to Ross looking for a white belt, and they did have one, but it was too small. And then I saw this gold chain belt and I thought it was perfect. I had already planned on wearing gold accessories, so it was meant to be. And it happened to be thin enough to be able to fit through my loops that I already made, because at this point I was already done with the chaps. So it was perfect because it was adjustable. So I was able to have it connect at the high waist where I needed them to be able to have the chaps fit the way that I wanted them. And I absolutely love it. I'm so glad, you guys, that I ended up making that jacket and the long sleeve shirt. Actually, the shirt that I have on today is a short sleeve. You can't see, but I was going to wear this shirt underneath, but I'm like, I need long sleeve underneath this jacket because it was cold, you guys. That night ended up getting into the 40s. So I'm so glad that I had that. And yeah, we were a little chilly out there, but it was well worth it. Beyonce gave an amazing show. So if she is coming to a city near you, definitely go. Like, I'm a Beehive member, so I go to all the shows. But if you haven't gotten any tickets yet, it's a great show. I feel like every time I go to a concert, it's like a once in a lifetime experience, and it keeps getting better and better and better. Like, she keeps raising the bar. It was amazing. I loved my outfit. I got so many compliments, and I love that I have the 4 pieces now so I can wear them all again. I don't know if I'll end up wearing the chaps, but for sure that jacket's getting worn, the shorts and the shirt for sure. But yeah, I got so many compliments, and a few people are like, yeah, so we need those chaps. So I actually might take a couple of orders because I do have more of that fabric, or maybe just that style if someone wants it in like maybe a denim or something like that. So I am possibly going to do that. But yeah, I love it. I hope you guys like this process. I did end up having to like cut some clips of sewing because it was just going to be like 2 hours, and that's why I ended up making it 2 parts anyway for this video. But if there's any questions about anything with the construction of anything that I did, more on the patterns that I use, leave them in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer them for you guys. But yeah, I'm just so happy with my outfit, and it was such a great night. I love it. I was the only one who looked like me there. So that's what I love about sewing and making things for yourself. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. And also, if you like sewing content and you are not subscribed, I would love to have you here. Click the notification bell so you will be alerted when I upload a new video. So until next time, bye.